Hello and welcome to the new Onyx and Iris map. I literally just finished building this yesterday, and go easy on me. This is my first ever attempt at WorldPainter, but I've done the best I can and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So I actually started off making this as a 5K map. And then I navigated around it and just thought, this feels really small. So I actually tripled it and made it a 15K map. The problem with tripling it is the height doesn't proportionally change. So I ended up going in the middle with a 10K map, and then I raised the height of the mountains a little bit. Now I think this area is really pretty. I was kind of going for like a Japanese look, you know, with the super floral trees, the cherry trees and the blossoms. And you've got a bunch of cliffs. And the more north you go, you should start to see some snow on the ground, and we'll make our way up through to the Rocky Mountains. Now, as this is a custom map, the mountains actually go really tall. So you've got some pretty epic mountain ranges here. And that's not even the tallest part. If you go all the way northeast, I won't demonstrate it now because it all looks quite the same, but it's the biggest one.
Nice.
And that's, close to 400 blocks high. All right, so now we're at the wilderness area. You've got a lot of trees, a lot of flowers, and a big mountain in the middle with multiple tiered waterfalls. And that's kind of the centre of the map. So from there, you can go to lots of different areas. So from here, we start to enter the pine forest, and there's a dark forest area which is really dense, really tall pine trees. I did want to make it thick and dense, but I also wanted to leave enough space to actually build on it. So yeah, now we're at the farmlands, but you got some beetroots, you got some potatoes, some carrots, you got a wheat field. Got to definitely build some scarecrows in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Maybe some like hay bales. Right, so that was the farmland. It's quite a vast area, but I've just skimmed over the edge of it. And I'll follow this river down, and this should take us into the Great Lake. And this is a big lake, and it's deep, like proper deep. Yeah, so a little waterfall into the Great Lake. And if we go further towards the west again, and this will take us into the fjordlands with lots of huge ridge lines, a maze of cliffs and rivers that pretty much lead to nowhere and then back and forth again. And this takes us all the way over to the ocean. Yeah. And under here, get a little tunnel. Ooh. And I think there's potential to build some crazy things here, like with bridges and
pathways.
Yeah, like maybe even some buildings that are built into the rocks.
I like that idea.
You know what I mean?
That's the kind of thing I'm into.
And eventually we will make our way over to the Elflands. So in the Elflands, you've got more of these weird fjord-like cliffs. And you've got some magical looking trees. You need a bit of an imagination to be like, what the fuck is that? I don't know. It just looks kind of mystical. See what I mean with the trees? And there's lots of like caves and tunnels, and I probably can't find any examples now. But yeah, if you like building in caves, this is probably a good area to work with. All right, and we got a coral reef. There's a lot of coral reefs around the map, actually. Jellyfish swarm. This is the Caribbean island. Here we go. With the palm trees. And if we carry on this way, back to the volcano. And once again, this volcano, pretty damn epic mountain. I think this is about 250 blocks high. The lava in the middle.
Nice.
Tried to make some smoke, but I think someone who can actually build cool looking blocks of smoke will do a better job than me. If we cross the water, and here we have savannah. Some dead trees, and some savannah trees. Need some like vultures. And then here we have the desert with some custom cacti various sizes and the giant pyramids. Along the pyramids, you got the River Nile, tiny River Nile, because it's the only river that goes through the desert, right? And then over here, you got like the desert oasis, which is a bunch of water and some extra life palm trees. And then here, you've got the bamboo jungle, which is like mostly bamboo and some sugarcane and cactuses, which then turns into the deep jungle. So just like with the pine forest, you've got like 2 tiers of jungle. You've got one seriously dense with the mega monolithic trees. And again, it's a lot more impressive when you walk at it through ground level. Maybe a little bit too dense to do any building, but I think you could do some like cool tree houses and stuff like that. And then as we approach the edge of the jungle, then it starts to turn into swampland. You see the colour of the water goes all dingy looking. You got some like drip leaves growing and trees with vines hanging off them. And so loads of like shallow water that kind of floods everywhere. And all the mushrooms on the ground. And hey, what the hell is that? That is a giant mushroom. Another one just hiding there trying to pretend to be a tree. It's like, nope, that ain't no tree. That a mushroom. And they just get bigger and bigger. But I reckon you could like build houses in the mushrooms. Now we'll start to get to the red sands area. And in the red sands area is where you get the giant Grand Canyon. So if I go over this hill, then we'll be in the middle. This is like the outer edge of the Grand Canyon here. So it's so big that you can't actually see to the other end. Now we got the edge of the evil lands. And the evil lands have got different like types of biomes, like nether biomes.
I like
and it changes the colour of the sky.
I like the design idea behind this. I will be honest though, I don't really know what I would build in this area.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I think some people are like really good at doing that kind of thing. But with this, you've got like, basically you've got this roof on the top. So you've got this evil grounds that's kind of flat but not fully flat. But over the edge, you've got this underground part, and I'm just going to drop down. And now again, if the draw distance was bigger, this would look a lot more terrifying. So you've got these giant cliffs. And there are actually like a few different variations of areas under the evil lands. So as you saw, there's the red area with the crimson forest. And you got the soil sand with the neon blue sky. And this has all got a ceiling above it. And then there's some like flying rocks and random shit. Because, you know, why the hell not? Lava coming out of the sky and like creepy sounds. And some random stingrays just floating around in the air. Because, you know, why not? So the Evil Lands is huge. It actually is huge. You've got all these stalagmites coming from the ceiling. And here's the blue area. So I'm thinking there's quite a lot of build potential here. Like, I deliberately didn't fill in this area between the ceiling and the floor so that there's enough space to build buildings here. Right, so I'm actually looking for something right now. And that is cave. You can tell when you found a cave because it's got these nether bricks. Like, none of that. That's all like natural looking rocks, whereas these are actual bricks, like they're man-made. And there are quite a few of the caves. It's auto-generated lush greenery inside them, which I wouldn't have chosen because, you know, it's supposed to be dead lands, but
I mean,
it kind of looks cool, so I left it.
It's a bit slimy.
A bit slimy. All right, cool.
I mean, I do understand what you're saying, but I also think at the end of the day, it's a Minecraft world.
It's a bit of variation, exactly.
It can be exactly. It can be a little bit funky.
And it's like a bloody maze. And I don't actually know which cave this is, so this could be the cave that leads to nowhere, or it could take us out the other end. And we'll find out when we get to the end. And that is pretty much the whole tour. Thanks for watching. We stream regularly on Twitch, links in the description below. If you like what we do, leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.